My name is Greg. I think this is the best time to finish our journey toward Tekla plugins, and I know that I have just scratched the surface of many aspects of developing Tekla add-ons, but yeah, that's just some short story about different steps of making and thinking about the Tekla plugins. But there is still one more thing to do. We have to somehow distribute our plugin, our work to the end users. And yeah, you can just copy paste files, but there is much better way to do it in the Tekla world. And those are TSEP, so Tekla Structure Extension Package. I really like that approach, and especially because Trimble has put quite a lot of effort into documentation. So, of course, at the very beginning, you are just getting some very short story, but if you want to go deeper, then please look, complete guide. And then you can scroll for quite a long time to see all of the details. All of those XML attributes, all of them, they are described. So you can check to the very fine detail how you can tweak the TSEP package internals to meet your requirements. And of course, not everything is possible. That's not the case. If you would like to have full-blown installer, then go to the MSI or some other solutions which are available on the market. But this is given you for free. You can use it with your Tekla plugins and it will work. And the part of setuping, providing the manifest file, it is quite simple. And this is the main purpose of the video. I want to show you how you can very quickly create a manifest and the installer package for your end users. So how it can be done? Okay, let's at the very beginning see what we currently have, because we have some working plugin. This is the plugin project, and that plugin is just available currently in the Tekla because I have manually copied those files. So here it is, and I don't want to do this by hand. I want to streamline the process according to that guide, but of course it's a very long guide, so there is a shorter way, and it is inside of that repository coming from Trimble, TS integrated examples, and those are great, the hidden treasure of Trimble GitHub. So here you can see a few things. I would suggest to start with the source, and here there are different kind of applications. They are touching different points, but I want to maybe think about those anchor bolts, simple. And let's see what is the structure of that particular directory. And here we have some properties, some resources, some tools, probably some small extension classes, or maybe some static functionality. We have the SDK style CS Pro. Nice, we will reuse some parts of that. But what is the most important for today's video is this installer. And here you can see, some icon, but never mind. There is the manifest, and inside you will see the schema of the TSEP file. Of course, that schema is also available somewhere here. It is also available in other sources, but here you can see how Trimble suggests to incorporate that TSEP creation into your project. And I will go with the same way. So let's look at the very beginning into the structure of the solution. So I see that, okay, here inside of the main directory of my plugin, I have, here's probably the application. Yeah, here's some main logic. So here something is going on, and there was the program with the static main method, which is just running the application. So that is the starting point. Let's name it like that. So here they have created the installer directory, and yeah, I want just to reuse the same concept as they have done. So here I will create the new with the name installer. Let's name it like that. And inside of that installer, let's see what is here. Oh, sorry. So inside we have the manifest, and I will start with that. So I will just now create a very empty file Yeah, it can be whatever, just the naming. So here it is, and yeah, that file, it will be added into the Git, so nothing to change. And let's just start with copying the inside and trying to adjust, replace what is needed. So this is just the result of copy pasting. And yeah, what we have to do. So there are a few things to think about. So we have to change the identifier of that particular part. And that identifier, yeah, it is named upgrade code, but this is in the fact the unique identifier which is given for your application. So when you will release the new versions, that identifier, it has to be the same as the previous one. And based on that, Tekla will be able to replace, remove the previous files and add new ones. So please don't change them after releasing your application. But of course, now when I have just borrowed it from some sample from the Trimble, it has to be changed. So let's generate the new identifier, and what will be the most common way? Let's do it like that. And yeah, of course, I will need to remove some extra stuff. So yeah, I think that I have not spoiled it. Then let's think about some naming. And here the identifier, I think that it doesn't matter, but I will just check where more. Okay, here it is also as a path extension name. Yeah, I will use that, but those names are a little different. Their meaning is a little different, but okay. The name of our stuff is dotbim exporter, or just dotbim export. Yeah, dotbim export. So here I will also would like to have it in the same directory. And okay, this is the first change. Then let's see, I will not change the language, the version. It is the first release, and then I want to change the name. So it will be just dotbim export. And then manufacturer, yeah, it will be me, but maybe us, but yeah, whatever. So it will be just constructive Greg, let's name it like that. And the description. So model plugin to export geometry and properties into, here is the type of properties, into dotbim file. Okay, and we should think about the icon. Okay. And for the type, there are two main types, the extension and the environment. And yeah, it's for your 95% of cases, it will be the extension. So don't bother about the environment. But okay, let's think about the icon path, because I don't have the icon. And yeah, this is the PNG, but how it was here, it was, let's like it, yeah. What is the resolution? Probably something about 96 pixels, but let's see. So let's try to see that in Paint, 96. Okay, nice. So I will try to borrow the, yeah, maybe that one, not so bad. Let's see. Okay, I will now sorry, I will pause that video just to create that in a proper format. So wait a while. Okay, so with the help of paint.net, I have the logo, the icon of our application. That's it. Okay, so that is resolved. Next, there are the Tekla versions, and yeah, this is the default one, I think, but let's change it like that. The most important are those two ones. So here you can specify, okay, so that installer should aim only for those Tekla versions, but maybe not those, but from which to which. So what is the scope, what is the range? And I think that it will work. I will have to check it somehow to older Tekla versions. And definitely I don't want to limit users. They could install it on whatever Tekla will be released in the next years. So nothing changed here. And then some nice things are going on, because here we have some sources and some targets. And let's think about the sources. So here we have some output. Okay, we don't have that directory yet. Let's see how it was here. So it was the installer, and it was the catalog and environment, common, macros, drawing. Whoa, a lot of things. So where is the build drop? Why it is not here? Model logic, installer. Let's see it here. Something I thought a little differently. So maybe it was here. Nope. Just give me a while. I'm trying to see. Set definition folder. Okay, so those directories, that output and that build drop, they are not published into the GitHub because, yeah, they are the artifacts, they are the results of the local compilation. So that's why they are not here. So don't worry, nothing wrong is happening. But what I will do, I will not use the environment settings for that particular dotbim Tekla UI, or maybe I will, just to provide some standard settings. So yeah, for that, let's wait. But definitely I will not spoil anything in the catalog. So I will remove that line and also its invocation here. I don't want to do that. And then the ribbon, I don't think that extension should be placed on the ribbon. If someone would like to use it, then they will just find the extension on the right side. So the only thing which is still there are those binaries and environment. Okay, and that is not used in any place, so it could be removed. I'm not sure why it was in that sample. So I will not use the output, or maybe it has to be defined just to say where that SEP location will be located. So let's stay with that. There could be in some case. Okay, the environments directory, I don't have it, so let's create it here. Environments, whoa. Environments, here it is, and here it was quite a long path, common, macros, yeah, because it was the application, so the application is triggered by some macro on the drawing side. Okay, and the other sample, WinForms, not really spreadsheet reinforcement, it will be probably also the same. That will be macros modeling, but yeah, there is some in system residing some settings, and that will be probably something which I will add later, but yeah, it's not the case for that video. So let's go back. Ribbon I skipped, catalog also, so let's go once more into that manifest. What is going on there? Here is the extension name, here is the extension directory, root directory and directory. Not sure why, but okay, let's wait with that. What is the most important is that the target, so where it will be located, and this is referring to that, so that probably is not needed. And okay, I will remove it. We will find out how it will work. And there is also one more identifier. That particular, it can stay because it is it will be referenced inside of your logic of your installer. But okay, let's also create the new, just to have a fresh copy. But you, for most simple installers, you will not touch it anyway. Okay, so that's the sketch in the manifest. But the question is, okay, so where are those files will be coming from? Because we don't have the build drop. So currently, when I am building my plugin, it lands in the default location like that. So definitely not in the build drop directory. And for that, you can always see how Trimble has configured that CSPROI. And here you will see that the output path is a little different than our side. So let's see what would we have in the CSPROI, and it will be, yeah, we haven't specified it yet. So it is landing on the default place. I will now just copy and paste it. So let's try here, and I am quite curious where it will land. So let's wait a while, and I see that it goes somewhere here. So definitely not in the same directory, because it is not just the build drop, but also the version of the .NET, and I don't need it. So there is some skip. What was what was the name of that property? I don't remember, but it's available in the properties here. And yeah, let's just scroll a little to see. Okay, so it was not in the properties, unfortunately. It was like that. Append target framework to output path. And by doing that, after rebuilding, you will see that now those files are going into that. Here they are. Yeah, let's just remove all, and once more, let's rebuild. And now I have only the necessary files in the build drop directory. And that is the point when you should exclude that directory from your Git history, because you don't want to append those files and increase the repo size. So just ignore those local items, and that's all. But please just do that for the build drop directory, not for the whole installer, because then you will lost your manifest icon and all of that stuff. So okay, now I have those pieces on the right side, I think. Let's try to run that manifest, because yeah, it is there, but how it will work, we don't know. So for that, you need to use something which is installed with your Tekla version, and it is from 2016 or 17, so definitely you have it on your hard drive with one of those installed Teklas. And I always miss the name, but it is Tekla extension package. No, it is not that. This is that. Yeah, you can build them in a batch, or you can just do that by one. So I will now run the builder, and you have the WinForms UI. And what we can do here, we can select the project. So I will get this. I will select that, and the content of that XML was read. So now that application, it knows the name of your product, it knows the naming, and you can just select, you can just click create package. And after that, you will get the information the package was created, and it is located somewhere here. We will see it in a second, but also you can install it directly to Tekla very quickly. But okay, so now we have the output directory. This is the new thing, and there is our first TSEP. So if you double click it, that you will see the standard window which is coming from Tekla. You will schedule the installation of your package, and it will be run after rerunning the Tekla. So it will be installed during the rerun. But okay, now we have the new output directory. So the same story as for the build drop. I will now just ignore those files just to get them outside of the Git history. So it is here. I'm not sure why. Let's see. Okay. So the last thing, the installation. So now I will install it to 2024, and when this extension is fresh, so it is not loaded currently in the Tekla, you can just select that button and it will work. But I want to show you the typical way that I will now just select the Tekla version, click import. I don't have the certificate, so that package will be not signed. So yeah, it's just some indie open source developer, so I don't have money to afford that signing. I will keep that file here, and okay, now it's time to restart the Tekla, so let's wait a while. Now the Tekla is initialized, and you can see at the very beginning, you see that message from the extension manager that it copied proper files. So let's run it, and after a while needed to warm up. Okay, Tekla is here, so let's see that it will be here and it is running. Of course, the icon on that side is not coming from the TSEP, it is coming from the plugin itself. So I have just skipped that part. I will have to do it after the recording. But okay, here I will go into the extension manager, and you will see that we have the dotbim export here available with our icon and all of that stuff which I placed in the header of that XML. It is available here. So it is working. And yeah, it was quite a simple way to achieve that result, and I really like those steps because yeah, it is quite easy to do it, and you can also provide some catalog files, some ribbon files. Quite a lot of different things can go inside of that way of deploying your application. But of course, to find out all of those information of all of those details, sorry, you have to look into the documentation, which is a quite big one. But yeah, big shout out to Trimble people that they have prepared such rich documentation. I'm very glad as a developer that I can read all of those details from some document, that I don't have to search on some forum, ask other guys. The data is already here. So thank you. And yeah, thank you all for meeting that final record. It was quite a long journey. I would say maybe I was suspecting that it will take those 9 videos, but I feel that it was missing on the YouTube. So based on that playlist, you can see how the development of Tekla plugin could look. Of course, maybe you have different approach. Maybe you are not creating so many projects, or maybe you are creating more. It's all up to you. I just wanted to show you how I usually tackle the development of Tekla plugins. And yeah, that's all. Thank you, and see you next time.